Hello, my dear friends. The grand solar flash is imminent. What humanity may be approaching. For most of human history, the sun has been seen simply as the star that lights our sky and provides warmth to our planet. Every sunrise and sunset reminds us of its presence, yet because it appears constant, many people rarely think about the deeper role it plays in the story of life on Earth. But the truth is far more extraordinary. The sun is not just a glowing ball of light in the sky. It is the energetic engine that powers nearly every biological and environmental process on our planet. The light from the sun drives the climate, fuels the growth of plants, and sustains the complex web of life that surrounds us. Without the sun, Earth would be a frozen and lifeless world drifting silently through space. Yet the sun is not static. It is a dynamic, powerful star constantly releasing waves of energy, magnetic storms, and enormous bursts of radiation known as solar flares. Astronomers have studied these cycles for centuries, and they know that the sun moves through periods of rising and falling activity. Sometimes it is calm. Sometimes it becomes dramatically more active. And according to modern solar research, our star is currently moving toward one of the most active phases of its cycle. But in recent years, discussions about solar activity have expanded far beyond the scientific community. Across spiritual circles, alternative researchers, and communities exploring consciousness, a fascinating idea has begun spreading. The idea that at some point in human history, the sun could release an extraordinary burst of energy, a phenomenon sometimes referred to as the grand solar flash. Some people believe such an event could trigger dramatic changes on Earth. Others view the solar flash not as a physical catastrophe, but as a powerful symbol of transformation and awakening. And while science does not confirm the existence of a single transformative flash event, the idea continues to capture the imagination of millions of people around the world. But where did this idea come from? And why are so many people suddenly talking about it now? To understand the fascination surrounding the solar flash, we must first understand something about the nature of the sun itself. The sun is not quiet. It is a massive nuclear furnace powered by fusion reactions in its core. Hydrogen atoms collide under immense pressure, transforming into helium and releasing enormous amounts of energy. This energy moves outward through the layers of the sun and eventually bursts into space as light, heat, and radiation. But the sun's surface is also a chaotic ocean of magnetic forces. Gigantic magnetic loops twist and snap across its surface. When these magnetic lines suddenly break and reconnect, they release huge explosions of energy known as solar flares. Some solar flares are relatively small. Others are so powerful they send streams of charged particles racing toward Earth at incredible speeds. When these particles collide with Earth's magnetic field, they can produce geomagnetic storms. These storms sometimes create beautiful auroras in the sky, the shimmering light seen near the polar regions. But stronger solar storms can also disrupt satellites, communication systems, and electrical grids. For scientists, these solar events are simply part of the natural behavior of our star. But for centuries, human cultures have associated the sun with something deeper. Ancient civilizations across the world saw the sun not only as a physical object, but also as a source of life, energy, and spiritual power. The Egyptians worshipped the sun as Ra. The Inca saw it as the heart of creation. Many indigenous cultures believe the sun carried messages from the heavens. These traditions did not see the sun merely as a distant star. They saw it as a living force connected to the rhythms of life. In modern times, some spiritual interpretations have revived this ancient perspective. Within certain communities, the idea of the solar flash is connected to a belief that the sun may play a role in shifts of human consciousness. According to these interpretations, powerful bursts of solar energy could interact with Earth's magnetic field and subtly influence biological and neurological systems. Some researchers have even explored whether solar activity correlates with changes in human mood, behavior, and creativity. The idea is controversial, but it raises fascinating questions. Could solar cycles influence life on Earth in ways we do not fully understand? Could powerful solar energy events trigger shifts not only in technology and climate, but also in awareness? And if such a possibility exists, what would it mean for humanity? Many spiritual teachers suggest that humanity is currently experiencing a period of rapid transformation. Technology is advancing at an incredible pace. Global communication connects billions of people. Ideas spread across the planet almost instantly. Because of this, humanity is entering a stage where awareness and information evolve faster than ever before. At the same time, many people feel that something deeper is changing. Across the world, individuals report experiencing heightened intuition, curiosity about consciousness, and a growing desire to understand the nature of reality. For some people, this shift feels exciting. For others, it feels unsettling. But many believe these changes represent the early stages of a transformation in human awareness. Within that context, the concept of the solar flash has become a powerful symbol. Not necessarily a literal explosion of energy that instantly transforms the planet, but a metaphor for a moment when humanity begins to see reality differently. Throughout history, great turning points have often been described using powerful symbols. A dawn of a new era, a light of understanding, a spark that ignites change. In many ways, the solar flash represents the same idea, a burst of awareness, a sudden realization that humanity's understanding of itself and the universe is evolving. But even without a dramatic flash event, the sun is still playing an important role in shaping our future. Solar activity influences Earth's magnetic field. Earth's magnetic field interacts with the atmosphere. The atmosphere affects climate patterns and technological systems. Because modern civilization depends heavily on satellites and electronics, powerful solar storms could have significant consequences. Scientists carefully monitor solar activity to prepare for these possibilities. But beyond the technological concerns, there is another perspective that continues to inspire curiosity. The possibility that the relationship between the sun and life on Earth is deeper than we currently realize. Life evolved under the constant presence of solar radiation. Our biological rhythms follow the cycle of day and night. Plants use sunlight to produce energy through photosynthesis. Even human mood and health are influenced by exposure to sunlight. Because of this connection, some researchers speculate that solar energy could influence biological processes in subtle ways. The idea remains speculative, but it invites fascinating exploration. And this exploration leads to one of the most important questions humanity can ask. What role does consciousness play in the evolution of life? For centuries, science focused primarily on the physical aspects of reality. But in recent decades, the study of consciousness has become one of the most intriguing areas of research. Neuroscientists, physicists, and philosophers are all exploring the nature of awareness. Some theories suggest that consciousness may be more fundamental than previously believed. Instead of being produced only by the brain, consciousness might be deeply connected to the structure of the universe itself. If this idea holds any truth, it would change the way we understand existence. Human beings would not simply be biological machines. We would be participants in a vast cosmic process of awareness and discovery. From this perspective, the solar flash becomes a powerful metaphor for a moment of realization. A moment when humanity begins to recognize its connection to the larger universe. Instead of seeing ourselves as isolated individuals struggling on a small planet, we begin to understand that we are part of a much larger story. the story of the cosmos exploring itself through conscious light. When people begin seeing the world through this lens, their priorities often change. Competition gives way to cooperation. Fear gives way to curiosity. Division gives way to understanding. These shifts do not happen overnight. They unfold gradually as more individuals explore new ways of thinking and living. But history shows that when enough people adopt new perspectives, entire civilizations can transform. The Renaissance changed Europe. The scientific revolution changed humanity's understanding of nature. The digital revolution transformed global communication. Each of these changes began with ideas that once seemed impossible. And today, humanity may be approaching another turning point. Not just a technological transformation, but a transformation in awareness. Whether the solar flash is a literal event, a symbolic idea, or something in between, it represents a powerful question. What kind of future does humanity want to create? A future driven by fear and conflict, or a future guided by curiosity, creativity, and cooperation? The answer will not come from the sun alone. It will come from the choices humanity makes. The way we treat each other, the way we care for our planet, the way we explore the universe. If humanity chooses awareness and wisdom, the possibilities for the future could be extraordinary. Perhaps that is the deeper meaning behind the fascination with the solar flash. Not a warning of destruction, but a reminder that moments of transformation are always possible. Just as the sun rises each morning, illuminating the world with new light, humanity also has the ability to enter new phases of understanding. And if enough people embrace curiosity and awareness, the next chapter of human history could be unlike anything we have ever seen before. The sun will continue shining, the cosmos will continue expanding, and humanity will continue asking the questions that have always driven our evolution. Who are we? Why are we here? And what incredible possibilities await us among the stars? Perhaps the answers are closer than we think, and perhaps the real flash humanity is waiting for is not a burst of solar energy, but a burst of realization. A moment when humanity remembers its place in the vast and mysterious universe. And once that realization spreads far enough, everything truly could begin to change.